Hello, beautiful Capricorn. Happy New Year to all of you. My name is Iwona Rose. Welcome to my channel, Rose Healing Light. I hope, guys, you had a good Christmas, good holiday season, and a good start to the new year. This will be a reading with spiritual guidance for the month of January 2023. Um, for the sign of Capricorn, and this will be good for you if this is your sun sign, your moon sign, your ascendant, also for Venus sign. You can also watch it. I'm being guided that you can also watch it for cross watching if this is what you wish to do. And also like for any placements where you have Capricorn in your chart. Also, I also I work with archangels and angels when I do the reading. So I've already asked Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron to just to be with us, to send us blessings and protection so that we can have a great experience here together on the video. Also, just so you know, by the end of the video or at the end, I'm going to draw two cards for the whole of 2023, like as a, let's say as a theme or as a message for the year 2023 for you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the theme for the month of January for you guys. The theme is Treasure Island. I feel like I do see straight away also number 9, which actually number 9 is the number of endings, completions as well. Maybe that's, let's see how this is relevant for us. But the Treasure Island is actually about manifestation, is about manifesting your dreams into the reality, and it is also about you, how you understand and how you perceive how, let's say, the manifestation works, right? So understanding how your thoughts and how your feelings and emotions also manifest into the physical world, right? Or for example, how your fears can also manifest. So I think in the month of January, the way I see it, the number 9 is telling me that there is an aspect of like you're completing, as if you're completing a cycle with regards to how you understand and how you manifest, or how you used to manifest, or how you manifested things and your dreams in the past. And it may also be the time, so that's just a second message, it may be the time to review, let's say, your practices, and yeah, let me just, and I here actually, and reduce your, let's say, mental capability, and include, yeah, as opposed to, for example, including more emotions into understanding how you are manifesting. So perhaps in the past you used to rely a lot on changing your thought patterns, and you are being now, for example, invited to pay attention to your feelings and emotions, and perhaps go deeper a little bit to understand how this also manifests into the reality. Yeah, I think this is that's the message, at least for now. In your in the present moment position, in the current moment, let me start like this. You've got King of Raphael and also 10 of Raphael. So these are cups, so this is like King of Water and 10 of water. It does come with yeah, so it comes with the Magician, with actually a reversed Magician and the Mirror. So the upright card is Magician and the Mirror. It does come with a reversed card. I think altogether what I'm feeling is that the King of Raphael is someone, I'm just thinking that if this may be you, it may relate to some aspect of you, Capricorns, or someone in your, let's say, in your life, right, in your environment. I don't know, it seems like someone who is present actually in your environment. So it could be a friend, a lover, a partner, an ex-partner. It could be kind of, I feel like it's both ends. Like it could be a good person, but also a bit of like also a toxic person. So I guess it depends on all of you. I think it's because we started to talk about manifestations and also how other people can influence us. And I feel like this King of Raphael is teaching you a lot about your own emotions, right? It's a bit of a mirror. 10 of Raphael. So altogether, 10 of Raphael is a family card. So it's the card of your family, like of your family of your origin. It could also signify, for example, like the chosen family, or for example, okay, the family that you were born into, or then the family that you, for example, um, not grew up into, but like the family, like your extended family, for example, right? In whichever way you want to take it, like your partner's family. But it could also be a group of friends, because Ten of Raphael is Ten of Water. Um, so I think the whole dynamic is actually about this man who is somewhere obviously in the group and with you, and he's probably a friend or someone who is fairly close to you. And then you have a group of people, right? And that's all based on emotions. So and because we've got the magician, and the magician very often, so in the upright position, magician is about knowing how to manifest, knowing how to manifest your dreams into reality, and how really like how to manifest kind of anything really in your life. But now I'm feeling it also is like it's also knowing how to manifest peace, for example, right? Or manifest, I don't know, better, like more peaceful and more harmonious environments. So I feel like there is an emphasis here on you, Capricorn, learning probably much more about your emotions and how your emotions and even your deepest fears, for example, and then your deepest desires manifest into the world. um, and then if, for example, you meet someone or you have someone that you don't really like, right? So sometimes, so we've all been there, right? We've all, I mean, we are all like, let's say, on ascension path. At least I'm talking to people who are kind of awake and aware, at least to some extent, and we've all done it. We wanted to go this way, we wanted to manifest this way, and it manifested in a different way, right? It surprised us. It's, I would say it's a lesson, but it's a valuable lesson in life, right? So please take it in a positive way. With this guy, as I said, I do feel it like it could be a good friend, it could be someone who is toxic, it could be the same person who is both good and toxic. They do appear somehow in the environment, like there's a group of people as well, so both aspects. And this person, it seems like this person is a mirror, and it's, let's say, teaching you a lot about your own emotions, right? So in a good way, it can teach you also how you feel, but also it's in a toxic and a negative way, right? Let's keep going with the in the past position. You actually had you have a justice card with the financial constraints. um so this now is coming about, like, so the financial, it's about money, finances, your investments, perhaps your career, and your income. I think it's money or material aspects of life, right? Anything that you can, for example, buy for yourself. It could also be things like home. I feel like this card represents, but it represents financial constraints. But you've had to learn some lessons in the past. So justice is telling me that you had to go through, yeah, certain situations where you needed to learn probably some tough lessons about how you manifest money and material possessions, and how you couldn't manifest it, or how you couldn't manifest what, like, specifically what you wanted. The example of home, so for example, like, of home comes in. For example, you wanted to manifest a beautiful home in a, let's say, a very good area of, I don't know, of a town or of a city, and you kind of tick the boxes, right? You wanted, like, you've put out all your intentions, you said, okay, this is what, like, you've done your visualizations, like, this is what I want, and then you actually manifested a home. You've moved in, that's just an example, and then the home, for example, like, you didn't feel well, like, you just didn't feel like the home was in your home, right? So you bought, let's say, the property, but that's just an example, right? It could be also, yeah, you bought a property, you've moved in, but then it didn't feel right? And then you had to obviously somehow find your lesson, right? With as within, so without, and then move through this. It can also apply, for example, to manifesting relationships. And again, we've probably all been there. It's a lesson for everyone, like a romantic relationship. You know, you've ticked, you've done all your work for manifestations. You've manifested, let's say, a lover, a partner. Everything was, let's say, yeah, he was great, everything was fine, or she was great for the first, I don't know, 6 months, a year, and then it started to become toxic. Yeah, so again, and I feel like the justice is just saying also, because the justice is a lot to me about, like, balancing and understanding karma. uh, so what you put out, you kind of get back in a certain way, right? um, so I think you have been learning really how you, like, when you applied yourself in a certain way, what you were receiving from the environment and from other people. On the other hand, I do feel like you had to learn how to, let's say, manifest justice, or how to bring back justice to also certain areas in your life, right? So something may have been painful, financial constraints, again, something obviously not pleasant for anyone, maybe money losses, maybe things didn't manifest the right way at all, maybe you lost your income, for example. But the way this card comes in, that it was just, remember that it was a lesson, maybe a painful lesson in life, but now you can move forward from this, right? And you can yeah, you can perhaps understand some deeper realm, right, of things, for example, and how, for example, karma works, if that makes sense. I don't really like, for if it resonates with you, please maybe go ahead and do some research about karma. I know that I've been thinking a lot about karma for the past a year, 2, 3, just because I've had to go, like I went through a lot of difficult, let's say, situations, and I know how I was affected by a man as well in my life. And I found that obviously this was very, let's say, unjust, of course, and unfair towards me. But anyway, I think so. Yeah. So there were some lessons, and I feel like the lessons will probably continue. But you've made this lesson. I think the main message is just remember that the lessons were there for a reason, right? And you can perhaps draw upon, like you can draw wisdom from the past, so that you can perhaps apply a new logic or a new, let's say, way of thinking towards maybe some current situations, right? As we've spoken, probably something to do with this man, with this King of Raphael, and maybe a group of people, or how the dynamic works between you and him and other people as well. In the future, you actually have 9. So you've got 9 of Ariel, which is 9 of Pentacles, with the 3 of Ariel, and I feel like this is encouraging you to kind of continue to work. It's like a card of independence, and working independently, while the 3 of Ariel is how you cooperate, right? So it's you versus other people. And I feel like this is a message for you to continue to be independent and work independently, however you perceive it, because again, there can be different levels. It depends where you are with your awareness, and let's say how much you have healed from also past issues. So continue to work independently, even in partnerships. Like even if you are in a partnership with a person, you can continue to be independent, right? And the 3 of Ariel is probably just looking also, so something will be arising, so that you can maybe observe dynamics, how you cooperate with other people, how you, yeah, with a group or with other people, and how do they perhaps influence you, what do they bring to your life, right? But the main thing is to remember that you are you, right? And you kind of make sure that you also do things for, let's say, the best of yourself, right? And it comes also with the Door to Spirit card. And this card, I really like it because it's always very subtle and yet powerful. It's reminding you that also cooperate with Spirit, God, universe, right? However you perceive it or you want to call it. And the Door to Spirit, I feel actually there's also an aspect of you perhaps maybe a little bit going deeper. So the door is open and there is a dove, white dove, which represents peace. But to me, it also represents your connection with Spirit. And the door is open. So continue to work independently. Observe how you work with other people, and continue also to work with Spirit, I would say. And you may be able, so I feel like you are being a little bit sucked in towards that, like to step through the door. Also, that's like a bit of a spiritual awakening, and continue on the spiritual aspect of your path, right? So definitely don't forget about it, please. Or remember, it's an important message, I feel. In your challenge position, you've got actually the challenge position. So we've talked a little bit, is 5 of Raphael, which is about actually difficult emotions and experiencing disappointments, but it can be things like anger, frustration, hatred even. So it can go deeper, right? As I said, it does feel to me like this person, this man, can be a mirror. I don't know, I want to say it like, I don't know if it's a male or, to me it's a male in your surroundings, right? Yeah, so take it, or at least it's a masculine energy, right? It's a masculine energy. So sometimes there are women also who are very masculine in their way they, for example, express the emotions. But just aside of it, the 5 of Raphael, the challenge, is telling me that you may experience difficult emotions, or emotions which probably you need to work with, I would suggest. And maybe that's why the treasure, so coming back to your theme, Treasure Island, and you understanding how you used to manifest, but what is it that you need to change now to continue to manifest better, right? Or to also, you may be rising to a higher level of awareness, and this means that you will need to, let's say, take some tests, lessons, and then change it up, like change your ways, like of doing things, which, and take it, is a very positive thing. Seriously, I feel like I need to remind you that. Yeah, challenges, emotions, remember that people and this man, so probably this man and also among other people, is just pay attention to how you feel. And I would suggest do the inner work, do the shadow work, do healing work, or do any work that either if you've been doing the work, or start looking for perhaps therapist or energy healing work to help you understand your emotions and to release more. So for some of you, it may be an invitation also to go deeper and work with the deeper healing and the deeper realm of yourself, to understand your emotions and your feelings. So it's about you, right? And how you can transform them, transmute, and release them. But you need to use, I would suggest you need to use some healing method or energy healing. Yeah, and I think energy healing is something that comes the strongest. The Emperor. So I think we've spoken. To be honest, this is your environment card, the Emperor, number 4, and we've just talked about it. So that's why I said the King of Raphael must be a male, probably in your environment, who is challenging you, a partner, a friend, a boss, maybe a manager, maybe even a father figure or a father. So I think it's just actually here I feel like that's someone who is in your environment and is a little bit challenging towards your manifestation. He may also be blocking you, or there may be issues from the past that are coming up. For example, there may be father issues which are coming up, and you will need to, difficult emotions, you will need to find your healing methods, right? New healing methods. You may need to find, maybe the door to spirit is you need to find perhaps some spiritual practice that will help you balance yourself and balance your mind in order to kind of conquer a bit of a challenge. Yeah, and the outcome. So we've got also the outcome card, and I just wanted to remind you that obviously this is only a reading for January, and we are always, let's say, in a process of changing awareness, let's say, and of moving forward. The outcome comes as Gabriel, sorry, which is 5 of fire, with the Knight of Ariel. Someone is coming. So this is a conflict card, or a card of you being, let's say, you are on like not on the same, on a different page with other people, right? So there is kind of like lack of congruence between you and others, right? So maybe, I don't think it's like very strong as a conflict, but it's like when you recognize that you are not in alignment anymore with someone, or even with a group of people. But I feel, so this is the outcome, right? So while something like this keeps manifesting in your life, and you may feel strongly that well, I can't do it anymore, for example, or I just simply do not agree with that or with their approach, I feel like the Knight of Ariel, so this is Knight of Pentacles, is coming to help you. So there'll be some help available. This could be actually a therapist. Even though, because it's a Pentacles is usually physical realm, but it could be a therapist, or it could be someone who helps with money. To be honest, I don't know. I wouldn't say, like, you guys, there's definitely someone to help you perhaps understand this lack of congruence, this disagreements, or this, yeah, like the lack of lack of alignment, let's say, just something that you feel. I think that you may be feeling this stronger as well, and it may be manifesting, and someone will be there to help you around, right? To help you with this, and maybe help you, I think, to help you find the right practices so that you can release yourself, understand yourself, and try to move forward, right, from the situation. Yeah. One more card. This is the card of advice. I usually take it with the theme as well, and with just what's the advice for the whole, let's say, for the whole situation, or the whole aspect of in January. It says assess the situation. Yeah, I think that's probably clear enough. So assessing, so we've been talking again about learning how you manifest, going deeper with understanding your emotions, and taking time, I would say, to make sure that you assess the situation, and you do it perhaps independently, as I said, and on your own, or just using only, let's say, teachers or people who you can trust and who can give you great advice, like a good quality advice, I would say. It's what stands out to me here is Virgo, and sometimes I do that Virgo quite strongly. So sometimes I recommend, for example, that you may want to listen either to a Virgo reading of myself, or you can listen to other Virgo readings. Virgo is quite important for you in this process, and in this month. Also check wherever you have Virgo in your chart, and it can tell you perhaps why, I don't know, like it can give you more information, for example, and more insights about this man, or why he's affecting you this way. It may give you insights about your manifestations. So Virgo is important, just remember that, and assess the situation as much as you can on your own, and to draw some conclusions. All right. Okay, and now I'm just going to take 2 cards for you, Capricorns, for the year 2023. Let me just ask for, okay, Capricorn, please, 2023. Capricorn 2023, sensitivity and strength. Let me just check with Archangel Michael. Okay, yeah, you've got the same card. Let me just ask Archangel Michael, and this is, I will also take one more card for Capricorns, please. Okay, so you actually have the same card, I think, as Cancer, but let me just, I think for you is a slightly different message. And Archangel Michael says, have confidence. And this says sensitivity and strength. It does say at the bottom, tapping the forces within. And I actually feel this message is so used. This message is about understanding that there are deeper realms within you, and your sensitivity is teaching you, let's say, a lot about yourself. And not, I would say, and the message is to not ignore your emotions and your feelings, right? And they can go and they can run really deep. But if you feel deeply, this usually is a lesson, and this usually is a sign for you that you are sensitive enough, and you need to find a way of, let's say, withdrawing and find a way of healing yourself to come back to balance, right? So please see it. So the sensitivity, so the emotions, I feel like for you, the message is that your emotions are your strength, right? And the emotions are making you sometimes more sensitive than others. And many of you guys, like, I believe that I read for many people who are highly sensitive or highly empathic. And with this, you can rise to a higher awareness, right? And then you can definitely live a better life. So what did I want to say? Yeah, because we've talked about emotions, right? I think I don't need to go back. I just wanted to say that, remember that the emotions can be your strength. Your sensitivity is your strength. It's just all about learning from it. Let's say, I feel like withdrawing and taking time for you to, okay, withdrawing to understand yourself better and why you feel the way you feel, and then drawing your strength upon it, right? And then Archangel Michael is just coming to tell you to have confidence. So, and to have confidence in yourself, and have confidence in your practice, have confidence in your higher power, and in the higher power in the world. This is how it comes in, but also in the higher power, like spirit, God, universe, that they are there to protect you and guide you. So if you feel like you lack confidence, then confidence is an emotion as well, then there are practices to help you regain it, right? Yeah. So there's emotions, the strength, and have confidence. All right, Capricorn, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you find it useful. Yeah, have a good month of January. Please do subscribe or hit the like button if you've enjoyed the message and the video. I will very much appreciate it, and I hope to see you soon on my future videos. Take care. I'm sending you much love.